This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit, Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is the Beast from the Middle East, Karou, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. The trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the Beast from the Middle East, Karou!
How you doing, boss? How's everything?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Just here, in the good old Canada, enjoying this weird spring weather that we're having.
I don't know about what kind of weather you're having in Canada. Usually it's cold 99% of the time. But I live in Southern California, and I kid you not, it's like one day it's 100 degrees, the next day it's maybe like 50 degrees. Like the weather just fluctuates so weirdly this last month or two.
See, I would love to have that. We're just about to finish we did finish winter, so now we're in spring. And Friday was beautiful. I think Friday was like 27 degrees or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're in a long weekend right now, Victoria Day long weekend. And it's been cold the whole weekend. And today's been nice, but now it's freezing. It's windy. It's cold. Can we switch places? Huh? Can I come to Southern California, man? Shit.
Sometimes I forget that the 50s are actually warm where you come from.
Yeah, because I think 50 degrees, 50, the Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit would be I think it would be somewhere in our teens, if I'm not mistaken. So it would be pretty warm.
That I could not tell you.
That would be pretty warm. Because I know it's 20 degrees here, 30 degrees here. It's in certain states, I know it would be 80 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's weird. I don't know why it's like that. We should have just been all simple, use one metric for everything, and it would have been easy.
We should have, but unfortunately we didn't. But in short, one day hot, one day cold.
Hey, real talks. That's real talks.
Speaking of hot days, when are we going to see you next event-wise?
So you see me next May 24th. So it's going to be weird, because I'm going to be saying a lot of Canadian cities. So I'm going to be in our capital city of Ottawa, May 24th. And then from there, I'm going to go across all the way to the other side of Ontario, which would be Leamington, which is close to Windsor, that's close to the Detroit border. And I'll be wrestling there May 25th. And then you can catch me in Toronto June 24th and June 15th. June 14th and 15th. My dates are all over the place, honestly.
Need to pull up that good calendar. That organizer.
I have to, man. Sometimes I forget. I'm not even gonna say it. It's so bad. I don't forget bookings. Just know that. I always remember those, but I forget a lot of things.
It is promptly posted on your social media, correct?
Yes, it is. Which is Karou Wrestling on majority of my platforms.
And where can we find merchandise as well?
Honestly, that's the one department I really lack at on merchandise. You'd have to come to shows and just hope that I have merch on me. It's bad saying it like that. I don't do it. I don't like. I have a pro wrestling tee website, but I don't update it. I don't do nothing with it. Which is because like I don't know. It's just the way I look at things. I look at things in a business standpoint. You know, like I want majority of I want majority of the profit if I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Yeah.
So merchandise is like the weather, 50-50.
It is. It's bad, man. I honestly, I used to be so good when it came to merch. I always had 8x10s. I always had T-shirts. I always had something new. But after the pandemic, I don't know, man. I just started lacking on my merch. It's so bad. I got to get back to it. I actually do. You guys are gonna start seeing Karou merch everywhere soon. Believe that.
And you don't
Just follow my socials and you see them there.
and you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, including his pro wrestling tees as well.
Thank you.
So let's get into it.
Yes,
You
sir.
wrestled Colt Cabana in a Dreamwave match. Obviously Colt Cabana, a bigger name on the independents. What was that experience like?
That was actually really cool. Like, I've had the pleasure of meeting him several times, which is always easy because now we know each other even by face and name. So it's nice. And working, I didn't even know I was gonna work with him. I was just told to show up. We have something for you to do, and I showed up. They had that's what they had for me to do, which was nice. And it was fun. It wasn't really a three-way. It was like I would say it was a singles one-on-one because I faced the majority of the match. And they did sorry for swearing. I really do apologize. I should have asked. I do swear. I do swear sometimes, and I'm so sorry.
Say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, thank you. That made me feel much more better. Thank you. I forget if it was like a gauntlet style match where if I like whatever, just one by one, just whoever wins stays in and then loses leaves and then a new person comes in, or it was just a gimmick match where he wins and then he gives the belt to one of the guys. Like I'm not too sure how it went down. You see, like that's where it's so bad with my memory. That's where like that's something I should remember. But I actually had a lot of fun working with him. He gave me some good feedback after the match, and he was happy. I was happy, and like he's really cool, man. That's one guy I really love seeing. Whenever I see the card and the poster star, and I know he's gonna be there, I get really happy.
Does it make it easier going into a match like that? Having known him, having had interactions with him prior?
Yes, it actually does make it easier. It does. I'm not gonna lie. I sometimes do obviously get nervous when I do see certain wrestlers that like I admire and have a lot of respect for, because I don't want to look like an idiot,
right,
speaking to them or approaching them. So like it was nice, and like we were able to shoot off ideas and come up with a match, which was nice. It was actually really, really cool, man. He's actually a really dope guy.
Now another big match you had was for Ring of Honor TV. You wrestled Big Bill
Yes.
and Lee Moriarty. Obviously,
Yes, sir.
Despite being under the AEW banner, Ring of Honor is always going to be a name in pro wrestling. So what was it like competing on that brand and against, Big Bill and Lee Moriarty?
So, okay, a lot of people don't know this. I don't talk about my wrestling stuff a lot. And some people get angry, and some people, like, they understand why I don't talk about it a lot. But when I first broke in, when I was first starting to break in, I had the opportunity to go and help out with the Ring of Honor show. You know, obviously you pay your dues by going to certain shows, and it was a group of us. We all trained together at Battle Arts, and our trainer at the time, who actually works as an NXT referee right now for NXT, he told us, hey, like, I know the guy for Ring of Honor. You guys should go down. It was somewhere in New York. I forget where it was in New York. We'll go down there. He knows you guys are coming. Go help out with the show. And then whatever they need, just do it. After the show, help out with whatever they need after. Just drive back. We're like, cool. We're going to do that. So I went there. I got to, there's a wrestler, I forget his name, and he was doing this was during the time where Donald Trump was getting his first term, and he was doing the gimmick of making wrestling great again. And I got to be one of the Secret Service agents for them. I got to actually help out one time when they did, we have our own garden here in Toronto. Called the Maple Leaf Gardens. Right now, there's a university that took over the rights to it, and that took over the rights to that building. And they use it. So Ring of Honor actually went there. We helped out. I helped out again with like doing the ring crew and stuff. So actually being able to wrestle that day, not knowing I was going to wrestle, and just seeing my name on that board, it was actually really cool because it kind of felt like a full circle moment, you know. And like I got to experience those things, and now I get to experience it here. But I get to experience it in the Scotiabank Arena, which is the Air Canada Centre, which is the home of the Toronto Raptors and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like going there as a little kid as well, watching the Maple Leafs, watching the Toronto Raptors, going there as a teen, watching WWE shows. It was kind of like, you know, like, wow, I get to wrestle in the fucking the Scotiabank Arena. This is fucking amazing. Looking up, like, this is where Vince Carter played. This is where, you know, all the greats used to be in, which was nice.
It kind of sounds like it was not just like a wrestling full circle moment. It seemed like it was like a full circle moment life-wise as well.
Yeah, you can say that. You can actually say that. It was something like growing up in Toronto, that's where you want to perform. And you know, there's two stadiums you want to perform in. One is the Scotiabank Arena, and one is the Rogers Centre. So like, I got to play football in the Rogers Centre, but it would be nice to actually one day wrestle in the Rogers Centre, which is Rogers Centre. I was gonna call it a Sky Dome. That's the old name, was the Sky Dome.
I know it as the Sky Dome as well. It's kind of like the arena in Chicago. Like it's Rosemont Horizon. Like it's never not going to be Rosemont Horizon.
That's so true. Yeah, and like Staples Center, you know, it's always gonna be Staples Center, and I'm not gonna know it as crypto, whatever they call it.
Yeah, and I go to that arena regularly, and I still say Staples.
That's amazing. That's one place I love to go to.
It's definitely a building that has aura around it, I would say. Like, you know,
I believe that.
Like, you're in the Staples Center.
Say that one more time, brother.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm in the Staples Center, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. And then, like, as a kid, watching Kobe play, you know, watching Shaq play, watching all the greats play in the Staples Center, you're just like, yo, bro, this is actually a very iconic arena, bro. Like, you know, the amount of championships that have been won on that court, too, is crazy.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely the West Coast Madison Square Garden, if I had to.
Yes. Hey, man, that's actually a good comparison, for real.
Well, going back to the Maple Leaf Garden, you know, obviously, a big arena, and you know, obviously arena that has importance to you as well.
Yes.
Was that a moment you took in the moment, or is that something that kind of set in like afterwards, like, wow, I did this?
So when I got into the ring, I looked up and I seen the Scotiabank Arena symbol, the Scotiabank symbol, sorry, which is just like an S. And when I looked at it, I was like, wow, bro, I'm actually in this ring about to about to wrestle Big Cass, bro. Like I used to watch this guy on TV. Now like I get to wrestle this. This is crazy. Then I look into the crowd and then I'll see people that'll come to shows that I'm on and like, excuse me, I'll see like people on the shows and they recognize me, like they're cheering me on, and it was like, yo, this is actually really cool. Like, yeah, I can dig this. You know, I this is where I feel like I belong. It was a good feeling. And then yeah, when I got to the back, that's when a lot actually sunk in that I got to wrestle in the Scotiabank Arena.
No, I mean always being I mean, was there anybody backstage that was giving you feedback coming up to you from AEW?
So the one person that was giving me feedback was honestly the people that were part of the match.
Oh, really?
So it was like Big Cass. He was happy with the strikes that I was giving him. Like Lee Moriarty was just telling me camera positioning. You know, like make sure like my back's not towards the hard cam. Make sure like my back is facing the crowd and not the hard cam. So my face should be facing the hard cam and not my back, which makes a lot of sense. You know, like certain like little things like that was helping. What's his name? Chris Hero. He was the agent for the match, and he was happy about it too. He's like, "You guys did your job. Like we asked you to do one thing, and that was your job, and you guys did it. There's not much more we can. There's not much more I can say. You know, like you guys did it." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." You know, like very very happy because they asked us to do one thing. We stayed under the time. We got what we needed to get over, and we did it according to the way they wanted it to be done. So it was successful. Just wish we got signed. I wish it was to the point where like they're like, yo, bro, here's a contract, you know? But obviously life doesn't work that way. If it did, everybody would be signed.
I gotcha. I mean, yeah, that would have been definitely the icing on the cake.
That would have been amazing. What?
I mean,
shit, I would have called my parents and be like, yo, guys, bro, like, I got one thing down, you know, like just you give it some time, you know, I'll make you guys even more proud.
I mean, speaking of cake, how was the catering in AEW?
It was really good, man. They had some barbecue ribs. I was destroying them. Respectfully. I was destroying them respectfully. Not like I wasn't looking like a slob destroying them. I waited till the wrestlers ate, you know what I'm saying? Then I went in, ate, and then I waited a little bit longer before I went back to eat, and then realized they're done eating because half of them already left. So I went back and ate more.
Sweet.
It was good. Yeah, it was really, really good. It's just the beef ribs. If the beef ribs weren't that good, bro, I wouldn't have done that. But because they're so good, I was like, I want to get every little like ounce of this protein inside these fucking ribs. They're so good. They're so good. It was good. Catering was good.
Okay. Now, we'll get into the members of your group in a moment. But
yes, sir.
The reason that you are a part of the group KPK is because Cagematch said that you were a part of the group, correct?
Yes, sir. Somebody's been doing the research. I like that. Yes, sir. That is exactly it.
Can you tell us?
They broke the news before we even knew about it.
So you're telling us that Cage might have a psychic in their midst?
Yo, they probably do, man. They have an 8-ball, man, and they were shaking that bad boy that day before they even did it. They're like, yo, bro, is Karou gonna join these guys one day? And it said yes. And then they said, you know what, let's add him now. Let's add him now before it's too late. That was funny, man. I didn't even know it. I did not know until Ahmed. He came up to me. He's the one that everyone says he looks like me. But he came up to me. He goes, yo, bro, you know you're part of KPK? I started laughing. Like, no, I'm not. He goes, yeah, you are. Look at this. Shows me cage match, and it shows me part of them. I started laughing. I said, yo, we got to keep it like this. It was good.
Well, let's talk about the other members of KPK. Abu, Ahmed, Haran, and...
Haroon.
Did I get that wrong?
No, you're good.
Haran and Clyde. Tell us about all of them and your relationship with them.
That's lit. Okay, so all these guys I met at Battle Arts. That's where we all trained. I was there before all of them. And Haroon actually used to come to Battle Arts, I think, before Ahmed and Abu. So he used to come and he used to start training. And then after the pandemic, or I think it was before the pandemic, I think that's when Abu and Ahmed came in. And then Clyde came, I think, after the pandemic. He's from Australia. And he's the honorary KPK member. He's like the honorary Oos.
I got you.
There's like a Clydesdale contingency plan, and he's part of that plan. And we only whip it out when we need him. And he's not even here right now. He actually went back to Australia, which kind of sucks because it would have been dope if he was still here. It would have been cool, but it's okay. He's doing his thing back home. And yeah, Ahmed started the whole thing, and they joined. And they used to, like, people would always tell me join KPK, join them. And honestly, there are four people that I like and I respect the most, you know. And like Haroon, Ahmed, and Abu, those guys, they're hard workers. Not saying Clydesdale isn't, but right now, like, because I'm always with those guys, so I'm just going to talk about those guys for now.
Fair enough.
And like those guys, they work hard, and they always want their craft to look good. They're like hard on themselves, and they always strive to be better and do better, which I like. So like, just having that personality and being like that, like, it was easy for me to be like, yo, bro, I can join these guys, man. Like, these guys are dope. And like, we have a great relationship because we have similar, all four of us actually, we all have similar sense of humor. We have no filter. Like, we can talk about whatever, joke about whatever, and know that at the end of the day, we have each other's back no matter what it is. So it's like we have that trust, we have that bond, and like going back to Haroon, Ahmed, and Abu, we all sort of have this. We all literally have the same background, not in the sense of where we came from, but in the sense of how we were raised. You know,
Yeah, I got you.
like we all come from immigrant parents. I think Ahmed and I are the only ones that were not born in Canada. Ahmed was born in Pakistan. I was born in Turkey. But we all have old school parents, you know, like, don't want us to wrestle, very strict about everything that's happening, you know, but like the older we get, the more understanding they get, the more open they get, they start letting loose, and we're able to do certain things. So it's nice, like, how we culturally can come together, even though our backgrounds are so much different but so similar.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And
I used to say it's a terrorist organization as a joke. I used to say it was as a joke. I used to say that as a joke. By the way, I'm gonna say as a joke so many times I shouldn't even have said that. But I would always say that, and David will get so mad, and I'll start laughing. I'll go, "Yo, bro." That's for another time. But yeah, that's my little joke that I say about KPK.
well, what is a pet peeve about the other members of KPK that you just don't understand?
Honestly, not gonna say no members' names. I'm not throwing no members' names under the bus. Because honestly, I don't have too many pet peeves from them. There's like nothing, because we don't like, we understand each other, you know, like we know, like we gotta, like we give each other a lot of space and a lot of and we're not with each other every single day as well, especially me, since I moved away from Toronto. But there's only one thing that really bugs me,
Okay.
and it's negativity. And there's some people that are just negative Nancy's for no reason sometimes. And it frustrates me because it's like, bro, you know you're good, right? Like, you don't have to be like, oh man, I'm the shitter because of a shitting match. It happens, you know? I do the same thing too, by the way. Like, I get down on myself a lot. But when you get very emotional about certain things that you shouldn't get too emotional about because it's not under your control, that's my pet peeve.
I gotcha.
And there's one person that does that a lot, and it really bugs me. And if he ever hears this, he knows who it is.
I was gonna say, you know who you are.
Yeah. I love them though, man. All of them I love, man. They make me laugh, man. Like they're so funny, so unique. Like I can go on about I can go on talking so much positivity about these guys because they keep me in a straight line. You know, sometimes I can be too much, and they tell me, hey, Karou, you gotta relax, hey. And I look and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'll relax. Like I'll chill out.
Well, you mentioned, meeting a lot of these guys at Battle Arts, which is primarily run by Santino Marella. I'm not sure if he still is running it.
Yes.
Okay. But you were the first ever Battle Arts champion.
Yes.
What does that kind of mean to you? Because obviously Battle Arts is well known in Japan, respected company, and to be the first ever champion, where there's not a lot of firsts in pro wrestling. What did that kind of mean to you?
It meant a lot to me, man. It's like, even though it was a student belt, I was only a year into wrestling. And he spoke about this tournament. I didn't think I was gonna win. I told people that, like, I know I'm not gonna win, but I'm down to have fun while we do this. And then I ended up winning, which was a blessing, and it was good because it showed that, like, as being someone so new to this, he can trust me, like, that I can make him proud, and it was good because there is a lot of history when it comes to battle arts, and I wasn't just trained by Anthony, I was actually trained by the founder of Battle Arts 2, which is Yuki Shikawa. And he's a legend. And just winning that and seeing him happy, seeing Anthony happy, I was happy. It was a really great moment.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually indirectly told you that you were going to win the title prior, no?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You're a good man, bro. You're a good man. You do your research. I like that.
Yes, I do. Could you tell us that story?
So he called. So I knew I was gonna win the first. I knew I was gonna go to the finals. He told me I was gonna go to the finals. Didn't say I was gonna win. So I'm just there in the locker room chilling. He calls Randy Bino, who I faced for the belt. He calls him over, talks to him. Randy comes to me, goes, "You're gonna win." I said, "Okay." That's like, I go, "I don't believe you." He goes, "You're gonna win." I said, Okay. Whatever. Did the matches like did everything, and then before we went out, like Anthony was talking to us about what he wanted in a match and stuff, and then I go to Anthony. I'm like, so like, am I winning? Just to clarify, he goes, yeah, you're winning. And then it was crazy. It was actually it was funny because I don't know if I said this or not, but I think when I said that, he goes, you know you're gonna win. He said, you know you're gonna win. You know that. No, he said, you know you're gonna win. Like, and the way that he said it was like why are you even asking me for? Like, obviously, you know, Randy told you you're gonna win. Like, there's no need to double check. And one thing with Anthony, though, sorry, I always call him Anthony. And Anthony is Santino's real name, and right. I hope Santino doesn't get mad that I expose his real name. There's Wikipedia, anyways. People can figure it out. But yeah, when he said that, and then Anthony, he doesn't like it when you go up to someone, when you go up to him and ask who's gonna win. He hates it. He will make you lose. Like, he would, that's happened to me so many times. Where I went up to him and said, so Anthony, I'm just trying to figure this out because we're talking about the match, like, and I don't want to ask you. I really don't. But like, he's like, yeah, you're gonna lose because you're asking me. I'm like, all right. I went to the back, I'm like, guys, I'm losing. I'm losing because I asked. And like, that's when I stopped asking. People would be like, oh, can you ask if you? I said, no. If you want to know, you go ask him. Because I'm not losing, bro. Like, I don't want to be told I'm losing just because I want to ask. I want him to plan the match, not plan the match, but like, ask, like, tell us what he wants. Be the agent. Tell us what you want, and then either tell us to decide who's gonna go over, or you're gonna tell us who's gonna go. And he does rock paper scissors a lot of the times too. By the way,
Okay.
Rock paper scissors. Who's gonna win? You guys do rock paper scissors, right? And then you got to do with them. And it's so funny. It's actually very funny when that happens. Because now he keeps it at chance. And I know why he does it, by the way. He does it because, one, who cares who's going to win and lose? It's a student show. And it's a student show. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. Maybe when we're off the mic, I'll tell you what I wanted to say.
Sure.
He's a student. It's a student show. And then also it's predetermined.
Right.
You know, like they're gonna tell you what's gonna happen. So it's like, why should you even care so much about it? And like and he doesn't like people that have boo-boo face about losing, because it shows that you're not a team player. And in wrestling, you got to be a team player.
Right.
So it's like, you can't just say, oh, I'm losing. All right, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. I don't care no more. This shit doesn't matter because I'm gonna lose. And it's just like, so you're gonna make the match awful because you're losing?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. So like, that's one thing that I like. That's one of the things I like because it prepares you for that. And like, now I don't even care. I get to the show. All right, let's go talk to the promoter. What do you want? This is happening. I don't really care who's winning or losing. This is what you want. Perfect. If he's winning, even better. What's your finish? I'm going to try to take that as great as possible. You know, like, now let's go to the back and let's plan this. Like, if I'm going to win, okay, perfect. This is the finish. Like, please try to make me look good too, because like, I'm going to try to make you look good regardless of what the outcome is. And like, let's make this match look amazing. That's all I care about. I care about making the fans happy and having this match just look good. Because if you can do both, you're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
as long as you don't have to draw rock, paper, scissors for who wins.
Yeah, like, The rock paper scissors one is hilarious. By far, that's actually my favorite way of like deciding who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. It's all on chance. It's all on chance.
What's your over under when it comes to rock paper scissors wins?
To be honest with you, I have a pretty high win, like winning percentage.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use a new tactic this time. The next time I'm in a rock paper scissors situation, I'm gonna tell them what I'm gonna do, so they should do it.
Okay, so you're psyching. So basically, you're having a rock paper scissors psychology match before you actually go into the ring and have a match.
Exactly. Yo, you better do rock, because I'm gonna do scissors. So you better do it, and if you don't do it, we're gonna have an issue. And then we're gonna see what happens. I'm actually gonna go scissors. And if they go paper, I'm gonna be like, you idiot! I told you. But what I was thinking though is like, maybe I go paper, they go rock, and then I cover them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I start tripping them up.
So
that would be ruthless.
winning the
I did something similar to that to a kid. Sorry?
Winning the psychology game.
Yo, you got to, man. I did that to a child. We're all playing soccer. It was at a family picnic. We're all playing soccer. And I told the kid, hey, pass the ball. I'm on your team. She passed me the ball and I scored on the net. And I started laughing. I go, I wasn't on your team. And I started cheering. Yo. Their uncle me and their uncle are best friends. But like, yo, he hated me for that. He goes, how can you do that to my niece? She's only 8 years old. She trusted you. I go, that's a life lesson. Don't trust everybody.
Oh my god. So basically,
I'm out here teaching lessons. You know what I'm saying? It's a free lesson.
So, living the heel gimmick in and out of the ring.
Always. I pick and choose. I sometimes. Moments like that I have to, because it's very entertaining.
Well, speaking of life lessons and lessons in general, I can't imagine it wasn't a learning experience, being in the ring with Joe Doring.
Yes.
Big name, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
What was it like being in the ring with Joe?
Amazing. Like, I didn't even know I was gonna have that match until 24 hours. Like, I was literally at a shisha bar with my cousin and the same dude where I scored on his knees. With him, we're at the shisha bar. I don't smoke shisha, but they're smoking shisha, and I was just eating food, vibing, and then I'm like, yo guys, like, tomorrow Impact is gonna be at Battle Arts. I'm gonna go help out and see if I can get even just a dark match. See if I can get something, you know, like something to just an opportunity to wrestle in front of them.
Right.
And then I get a message from Anthony Santino saying, hey, do you want to wrestle tomorrow at Impact? Scott D'Amore sent me a message to tell you. I showed my cousins. I was like, guys, what was I just talking about? I just got the message right now. And then I sent Anthony Santino the message back, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Tell Scott I'll be there. What time should I be there for? And then he told me the time, and I got there right away. Actually, I was very early. That was my second time actually wrestling for Impact.
And I mean, Oh, continue.
Sorry, the first time I wrestled for Impact, I actually wrestled Eddie Edwards. And that was hilarious because I just finished playing a flag football game. And I was on the other side of the city, other part of the city in Toronto. Finished playing flag football. Look at my phone. Scott Demore said, "Hey, can you be at Battle Arts for 4 p.m.?" I look, it's 2:00. I go, "Yo, Scott, I just finished playing a game. Like, I could go home, grab my things, and go straight to Battle Arts. I don't live too far from it. Like, I can be there." He's like, "Perfect. Take your time." Zoomed all the way home, grabbed my things, zoomed. I didn't even change. Like, I was still in my football uniform. Like, I didn't even change. Like, I went straight to the show, and everyone looked at me like, "Who's this jabroni?" And I had to tell people like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I literally just got this message like 2 hours ago, and I just finished the game." And they're like, "You just finished the game?" I go, "Yes." They started laughing. They're like, "Yo, that's actually some commitment."
It seems like a lot of your big matches, like, you don't necessarily know that you're having them until maybe at least 24-hour notice.
Yes, that's all I need though.
Well, I was gonna ask, is that something you kind of prefer? Like, it's less time to kind of get in your head, or would you like more time to prepare, knowing that you have a big match coming up?
I would love to know ahead of time just so I can obviously get people to come. But I don't even mind last minute. Just to show that I'm always ready. Always ready. No matter what the opportunity is, I'm always going to be ready.
I mean, what did it mean to you to wrestle, Impact, especially at that time?
Means a lot because they're at their resurgence. That's when they did the whole rebranding to Impact Wrestling. That's when they like we're slowly moving. That's when they're slowly moving the nail. Like I think that same year they had that Slammiversary show, which was amazing, and I think they said it was like the best pay-per-view of the year. I think that's when Penta and Felix, I think that's when they won the tag team titles. It was like a ladder match. It was crazy with LAX.
Oh yeah.
It was a crazy, crazy match. And so just being part of all of that is like, it's pretty dope, like seeing that whole thing happen. And then now they turned into back to TNA, which is even crazier. Like they did really good, man. They did really, really good. Now they're working with WWE, which is even fucking smart idea.
Well, you've actually worked for WWE as well. You have the distinct honor of getting punched by Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
The tribal chief decked me in the face. It was fun. That was actually hilarious because obviously they needed security for that, so we did the security. And before we actually went out there, they wanted to get everybody into the room where the wrestlers were at, so they can tell us what we got to do. And it was crazy. Like, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. He was in the room. Shane was in the room. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho, Roman. Who else was in that match? Right? Did I say Randy Orton already?
I don't believe so, no.
Randy. Fuck, I'm drawing a blank. AJ Styles was in the match. And there's two other players. There's two other players. There's two other wrestlers I can't remember that was in that match.
It was Survivor Series 2018,
2016.
Okay.
It was when it was in Toronto. They had the first NXT takeover in Toronto. Like the first Canadian NXT takeover show that they did was in Toronto.
I want to say
I think Kevin Owens was in that match too.
Okay, yeah, it was hold on. Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho. Is that Elias? No, Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt.
Yes, and, like that was cool because we got to see how they planned the match, how they're going through it. We got to actually see like the whole backstage, just be the whole behind the scenes thing. It was pretty cool to see. That was actually very, very cool to see. And then being in gorilla position, seeing Vince McMahon, seeing Stephanie, seeing Billy Kidman. I used to love Billy Kidman as a kid. Like that guy was so dope. And then seeing him in gorilla positioning with just agenting the whole entire thing, I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is really dope. And then even seeing Shane McMahon take that spear and the whole reaction in gorilla, like everybody was worried. Like Vince was genuinely like he was worried. They all said, yo, get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Like Triple H was on the mic saying, get him out, get him out. Vince was saying, get him out. Vince actually got up and left while they were getting him out.
Oh, wow.
Came back, kissed him on the cheek, and said, I'm happy you're okay. And then sat back down. Like, I got to see all of that before running out and getting punched in the face by Roman. Like, it was crazy. It was dope. Like, it was just like crazy to see that whole interaction right in front of me. And then I forgot what referee I was with, but he was talking to me. He's like, hey, when you go out there, just breathe, soak everything in, and just enjoy your time. I was like, perfect. And when it was time to go, they all just said, go, 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 go. We all ran. And the whole time I was just telling myself, don't slip, don't slip, don't slip, don't slip. Then I didn't slip, thank God. Went, we did what we had to do with Dean Ambrose. He started fighting back. Then the Shield all came, fought back. First person that grabbed me, I think it was Roman, punched me. Obviously, I have to take the bump. Took the bump. And then once I took that, I was on the ground. I was looking around, seeing what's going on, like who's around me. And I see right beside me Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I was like, oh, fuck, this is dope. Oh, shit, this is really cool. And then once all that was finished, we had to get up so he continued selling all the way to the back. And that was cool.
That sounds like incredible. Just to see that intimate moment between Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon. And maybe a side of Vince McMahon we don't necessarily get to see all that often.
No, yeah, it's crazy. It really is a side. You don't see a Vince McMahon that, especially when it comes to Shane, because obviously everyone knows how they are together, right? Like, so it was very nice to see that.
Definitely. I do have to ask, what hit harder, Roman's fist or Puff's crock?
Jeez. I'm gonna have to give it to Puff's Crocs, man. That guy, that one hit got me out of the ring, man. That was crazy. Puff, I love that guy, man. He's so funny. He's a great guy.
I mean, yeah, it seemed like you took quite a few bumps, quite a few hits from that crock.
I did, stupid croc. It almost caved in my chest.
Another interesting thing I dug up was that you actually drove with Savio Vega.
Yes, I did.
What was that like?
That was nice. I wish there's certain things I can talk about right now, but I can't. But it was nice. We had a good conversation. I got to he watched one of my matches. He said I remind him of Bruiser Brody, which was really cool. Yeah. He goes, remind me of Bruiser Brody. And I was just like, that's dope, man. Yo, like, I love that. Tell me that again, bro. Tell me that again. Like, it was nice. It was actually really, really nice. The one thing I wish I spoke to him about, and this is what happens to me sometimes when I do meet wrestlers that I admire. Is like I sometimes don't have the right questions to ask at that moment. And for me, I wish I spoke about his experience at wrestling at WrestleMania. It was like, I wanted to spot, like, he got to wrestle Stone Cold.
Yeah. He has W's over Stone Cold.
Which is crazy.
I just remember watching those matches and was like, okay, there's no way this guy's gonna beat Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then, you know what? He beat Stone Cold, and I was like, okay, there might be something to this guy.
That is so funny. It's true. That guy. He's also a really cool, dope guy. When I was in the car with him, I just wish I wrestled the next day because he wasn't going to the show that I was wrestling at that day, but he was going to be at the show the next day. But that next day, I was booked at another show, and I was very upset. It's like, fuck. Because he said, he goes, I want to watch you wrestle live. And I said, damn, I'm not going to be there tomorrow. He's like, you're not? I said, no. He's like, damn. Right. I guess next time. I guess hopefully another promotion brings you in and you get to see me wrestle.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Savio is still pretty active, I would say. So, I think that it's still, very much likely.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna put it out there, and I really do believe I'll see him again.
Now, you could tell us if we will ever see this again. And I would like some context how this happened. Could you tell us about Cortez and Crypto?
Oh, that is hilarious. That is actually very funny. Did you watch the video of it or no?
I did.
Oh, you did? You actually watched? Well, thank you for supporting.
Yes.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. I was a little confused to what I was watching, but I was like, okay, well, this is going on the on the list of questions.
So just like a movie that one of my homies was sorry for yawning. It's very late here in Ontario. I was watching the movie Cortez. So McCrae, who I trained with and we're actually really good friends, he was like, yo, I got a movie idea that me and my boy want to shoot. I said, okay, dope. He's like, yeah, but you gotta be the main villain guy. I said, no worries, I'm down. And like everybody else that's in that movie, they're all wrestlers. Well, and some of them are not active anymore. And some of them are still active. And like it was the most funniest experience ever. I think you hear my voice crack so many times because I'm trying my hardest not to laugh. Like we had to do take after take after take after take because I couldn't stop laughing. It was like even while we were filming the movie, I was also confused on what the hell is going on. Like, they're getting me so fucked up before we did everything. And they're like, yeah, this was our plan, by the way, is every time we shoot, we're going to get you fucked up. So that you gotta read the script. And I'm just there like, guys, like, I'm having a hard time to even understand what we're trying to do here. Like, that was so funny. And we filmed half of it in McCrae's house, in the backyard area. Like, it's actually so funny.
Well, maybe if this was less of a confusing role for you. You were actually in a movie with Jamie Foxx called Redemption, no?
Yes, sir. Redemption is Stanley Tookie Williams' story. Do you know about Stanley Tookie Williams coming from Southern California?
Not off the top of my head right now. But
No,
it does
he's the
sound
founder
familiar.
of the Crips.
Hmm?
He's one of the founders of the Crips gang,
Okay.
and they did a movie. They shot it in my neighborhood where I used to live, where I was raised in. There was a project housing community in Toronto called Lawrence Heights, aka Jungle, and they shot it there because it does look sort of similar to certain hoods in Southern California, especially where they're shooting, where they're making this movie take place. That actually, I guess there's very similarities to the neighborhood that he was raised in with this neighborhood, I guess, with my neighborhood that I was raised in. And they shot a lot of it in the neighborhood. And they needed kids from the neighborhood as extras. So yeah, a lot of like everybody in the classroom scene that I was in, we all went to middle school with each other, like elementary school, middle school. Like we all grew up with each other. So it was like, it's funny because we're in a classroom with our actual classmates doing this one scene. It was really cool. I did not know Jamie Foxx, so I don't know the founder of the Crips. I never knew I'm 10 years old when you're doing this. Like, I have no idea. I lied. I wasn't 10. I was like 11 or 12. And like, I have no idea like who the founder of the Crips is, like any of this stuff. I look at the book, and you know whose face I see on the book?
Who?
Jamie Foxx with dreads. I wanted to laugh so hard when I looked at that book, when I see Jamie Foxx with dreads on his head. I said, Jamie Foxx has dreads? No way. And I started like, I really wanted to laugh. I had to hold all that in. It was actually the funniest thing in the world. I wish I had a book. I wish I was able to take that book as a souvenir. It would have been dope.
Were you able to meet Jamie?
No, he wasn't there. No, he wasn't there. But I got to meet a lot of other celebrities that were there. I got to meet some of the actors that were in Holes. That were in Holes. I think one of them was Zero in Holes. No. Zero was the light skinned kid. Who's the black kid that was in it? Was it Zero? Was Zero the black kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zero's in the movie, so I got to meet him. I got to meet this other lady that's in a lot of movies, especially with Raven Simone.
Oh, cool.
I got to meet a famous Toronto artist, not Drake. His name is Maestro Fresh West. He was the first Canadian to ever reach the hip hop Billboard charts. Yeah, like it was really cool. There's a lot of people that we got to meet, and the catering was amazing.
Did they have ribs?
No, they didn't have ribs. They didn't. We're like, it was a movie set, so I don't. If they had ribs, it'd probably be pork ribs, and we had a lot of religious kids, so we couldn't really have pork.
I got you.
And I wasn't even eating pork at that time too. I started eating pork when I got into my teens, which is so bad. So bad.
Well, definitely a unique experience, for sure.
100%.
Which brings me to Karou's bizarre adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Oh man, put me on a spot right now. I don't really have any crazy road stories. Kind of sounds boring when I say it like that. I have had a funny experience once when I was by myself, though.
Okay.
I was at a Tim Hortons drive-thru. And do you know about Tim Hortons, by the way?
Yes, I know Tim Hortons.
Okay, perfect. I was at a Tim Hortons drive-thru, and this was in Barrie. This is like a city that is 45 minutes to an hour north of Toronto. And I was in the drive-thru. The car behind me is just honking because the car in front of me is moving slow. So we finally get to where we need to get to. The car in front of me is waiting for his order. The car behind me just continuously keeps honking. And this one guy comes out of the vehicle. And he's a pretty big guy. But I knew that he was thinking that it was probably me honking. So the guy behind me honks again. And then the man approaches my vehicle. So I'm not from South California, so I don't know how crazy you guys get in South California. But in Toronto, there's a lot of crazy. And like, I have no time for crazy.
Okay.
So the guy approaches my window, and before he can say anything, I look at the guy and go, buddy, I'm the wrong person you want to mess with right now. And as soon as I said that, I said it very aggressively. As soon as I said that, his whole demeanor changed and he like stepped away from my car. He said, oh, I'm sorry. I got no problem with you. And as soon as he said that, the car honks again. So this guy approaches the vehicle and says, yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you honking your horn? The guy goes, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So whatever, the guy ignores it, goes back, chilling in the vehicle. Then the woman that's in the car behind me steps out of the vehicle, starts approaching the vehicle in front of me. Once she did that, everybody in the vehicle in front of me stepped out of the vehicle.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was like four or five people all just stepped out of the vehicle. They all look like they're druggies, and they're all ready to fuck this one girl up. And I felt bad. I was like, damn, this is where you got to pick your battles, woman. It's either A, you go back to your vehicle, or B, you're going to throw hands. But the lady was so scared, she said, I'm so sorry. She went to the Tim Hortons window and started complaining at the Tim Hortons workers for taking so long, went back into her vehicle, and they stopped honking the horn. Like, the horn didn't even honk at all after that. I was laughing. I was like, you fucking pussy. You fucking... At least throw some hands or something. You know what I'm saying? Make my night a little bit more interesting.
And you're just in the middle of it, just wanting your Tim Hortons.
Yeah, man. I have a 2-hour car drive home. Like I got no time for this. I want my large Americano and my donuts so I can go home.
All right. So, I would definitely call that a bizarre adventure.
Thank you.
A more interesting adventure was you were actually featured on the news in I hope I'm pronouncing this correct, Kurdistan.
Yes.
How did you even find out that you were going to be on the news in Kurdistan?
So my cousins actually hooked that up for me. My cousins, they know a few people, and they were able to get into contact with the news station out there, and they got into hold of me, and we just started talking. And they wanted to interview me, so then I called my aunt, because she dealt with sports before, so I just said, you know what, let me just call someone that understands sports and that will understand how to communicate with this one person. And then, yeah, called her, did it. It was actually really, really cool, really, really fun experience. And getting the exposure back home is one thing that I've been looking forward to, because it's a different fan base. You know, it's an untouched market.
Right.
So if I can get that fan base behind me, and hopefully company understands that if I get this guy, then we have a whole country that's going to come follow this guy. It helps. So I try to as much as I target out here, I'm trying to target back home as well. So it was good for me. It opened up other opportunities to communicate with certain other news stations, and I'm hoping that turns into one day, who knows, a big wrestling show in Kurdistan.
I'm not entirely sure if there's a promotion out there, but I do know that there's,
There isn't.
there is a promotion in Dubai.
No. Yes, there is a promotion in Dubai. There's a promotion in Dubai and in Qatar.
Yeah. I haven't.
Those are two places I want to go to.
I haven't interviewed the wrestlers from Qatar, but I have interviewed a lot of the wrestlers from Dubai. WrestleFX DXB.
Yes.
They are a cool bunch of people. They would definitely welcome you with open arms, I would say.
I hope so. I really do hope so. I there's only one place I'm scared to go to.
Yeah.
That's Turkey. even though I was born in Turkey, but it's the way they treat Kurds.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, in Dubai, as long there's a guy named Kuya. Bring a bucket of Jollibee's chicken, and he'll be your best friend for life.
That is hilarious. Do they have Jollibees out in Dubai? They should.
Yes, they do.
I'll bring him some Jollibees.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll bring him Jolly. You tell him this guy he'll bring you Jollibees. You get him booked.
I don't know if he has that power.
Well, you better figure it out. It was that Jollibee's chicken. I was just joking. I'll get myself booked. I should shoot those guys a message though.
Oh, you definitely should. Like I said, a great group of individuals. Definitely hungry for pro wrestling there, and
Yes.
it's also a melting pot of different cultures as well.
Yes.
I think you'd be the first Canadian there. They could correct me if I'm wrong, though.
No, there's a wrestler that went there that was from Canada. That's from Canada.
Oh, well, there you go.
But I'll be the first Kurdish wrestler there, though.
See, making history.
Exactly, always. Oh, that's one thing I told Scott when I got to wrestle for Impact. I was like, you guys just made history. He's like, what do you mean? I go, you guys had the first Kurdish wrestler in your ring. He started laughing.
Well, can you tell us about your tattoos and if there's any meaning behind them?
Well, so I only have one tattoo because I'm a pussy to get another one. Yeah, it's my mom and dad's name. It's the only tattoo I can get without getting an ass whooping by my parents.
Because they can't yell at you because it's their names.
Exactly. And I actually got this tattoo when I was like 16 or 17. I got it from my cousin's step uncle. And I paid him $60 for it. And then he did it. And I hid it from my dad for like 6-7 months. And then because it's on my shoulder, so I can always just wear a t-shirt when I come out the shower and stuff. And then what happened? And then we went camping. And then my dad was like, come, let's go swimming. Then I went to my mom, like, yo, I ran. I literally sprinted to the next campground because I was with like other people. It was like a whole family friend gathering at these campgrounds. We had like 4 campgrounds amongst 4 families. So I ran to the campground we're on. I said, Mom, Dad wants to go swimming. What am I going to do about the tattoo? My mom's like, look, you have to tell him. And I was like, but like, he's going to kill me. He's like, I'll call one of his friends. You say it in front of one of his friends. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. I know I touched something on my phone and I thought I fucked up. So she said, I'm gonna go talk, call one of his friends, and you tell him in front of his friend. I said, okay. So my mom called one of his friends. He said, my mom broke it down to him, said Karou has a tattoo, and he's gonna show his dad, and he just wants you here so you don't, so he doesn't do anything to me. Because my dad won't hit me in front of people. Well, he actually stopped hitting me once I fucking towered over him. So I told my dad, I'm like, hey, look, I got something. I'm gonna show you now before you go swimming because just don't get mad. And he's like, what is it? So I roll up my sleeves, and his name was the first name that he seen, so he smiled, and then I showed him, and then it has my mom's name, and then he looked at it, he goes, okay, that's it. You're not getting anything else. I said, okay. Then we went swimming.
So, is there a plan to get more tattoos, or are you good with what you got?
Yeah, there might be a plan where I'm gonna get more tattoos. I just gotta man up a little bit more, and probably sounds crazy, but I might have to just wait till my parents pass before I get another one.
Well, what ideas do you have in mind?
When I have kids, I really want to have like either their handprint or their footprint on me.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that brings us to the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Shit, it's gonna probably be a lot of them is gonna be probably Styles P. Oh man, you know Styles P?
Yes.
Let's get it. You're a good man then. Styles P. So it'd be a lot of Styles, man. It'd be him. It'd be like I think it'd be like All My Life. It would be The Keys. And I might have to go for like a real gangster one. I might have to do White Girls.
All right.
There's a lot of Styles P songs. Man, I didn't even put a Tupac song, eh? Nah, let's scratch that. Let me put a Tupac song in there. I love Tupac as well.
Okay.
This was bad, man. There's a lot of songs I fucking love. Oh man, for sure, maybe for sure, for sure, All Eyes on Me, most likely from him, you know, because it's a movie about me, right? I want All Eyes on Me. Damn, bro, this is a hard one, man.
I thought we would just.
Can I just tell you the artists that I'll have? Because man, it would be so difficult to even just pick a song. I'll be in bro. These producers will get so mad at me. Like, fucking pick one song, you dumb idiot, bro. That's all we need. Just pick it. Just pick a song. Oh man. Oh shit.
Yeah. No, boys. Tell us who you want on your soundtrack. It could be
100% Styles P, Tupac. And let's get some Eminem on there.
Hell yeah. Alright, a solid soundtrack. We might be blowing half the budget on this soundtrack.
We'll save a lot with Styles P.
Yeah, but it will be well worth it. We have an unlimited budget, so it's okay.
Exactly.
Everybody knows you get the soundtrack first. Then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Who would play me? It would have to be for sure be an actor that I sort of look like. If Solo can act, I'll have Solo Sokoa play me.
Okay, Solo Sikoa.
I feel like if he grew out his hair, I'd probably look like him. It would have to be a Samoan guy. It would have, for sure have to be either a Samoan guy or a Middle Eastern actor. But it has to be someone that looks like me. Like, you know what I mean? It would be weird if I get Denzel Washington playing me. Then it's just like, yo, you're Karou, come on, relax. You're pushing it now, you know?
Well, I mean, the
So
acting ability would be off the chain.
It would be. It'd probably make me start crying. It'd have to for sure be someone that looks like me. Maybe Jason. I was gonna say maybe Jason Momoa, but he would have to gain a little bit of weight.
Hey, I don't think that he's opposed to it.
No, I wouldn't have The Rock play me. Fuck The Rock. I don't like Hollywood Rock. I miss wrestling Rock, man. Like The Rock when he was in wrestling was so lit compared to The Rock in acting.
Man, don't we all? He just
Yeah, man.
he got to Hollywood, and I don't even think he knows who he is at this point.
No. But when I see him in wrestling, I fucking love it. Then when I see him in movies, I hate it. It's like, oh, get away from this, bro.
I mean, even now when he comes back to the wrestling, like that you could tell like it's not genuinely him. Like he is just acting.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got Solo Sikoa or Jason Momoa to play you.
Sorry?
So we have either Solo Sikoa or Jason Momoa to play you, correct?
Correct.
Alright. And every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
So it'd be someone that would have to play my boy Marcus.
Okay.
So I have to find a black actor. Who's a good black actor?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. We'll have Denzel play Marcus. But Denzel doesn't know how to dance. He needs to dance. My boy dances, so I have to pick an actor that can dance.
Well, how about Jamie Foxx?
Can Jamie dance?
I think he can dance. Wasn't he Ray Charles in the movie?
Yeah, but Ray Charles was blind.
Oh,
if Ray Charles was dancing, I would be tripping.
not Ray Charles. Okay, I can't remember the singer's name now.
Michael B. Jordan can play Marcus.
Okay.
I don't even know if he can dance, but he looks like a guy that can dance.
He can.
I would need someone to play my cousin. Well, my cousin kind of looks like Rasan. Well, Rasan is his name. Of course, he doesn't look like Rasan. My cousin kind of looks like Mr. Bean. I'll probably have Mr. Bean play my cousin.
Okay.
Because my cousin's actually very funny too, so it makes a lot of sense. Mr. Bean's hilarious. We used to call him that when he was younger too, because he was hilarious. And then who would play Abraham? Damn, who would play Abe? You got to get an actor that kind of looks like he's Middle Eastern. We could even get an Italian actor that looks Middle Eastern. You know, like.
Yeah. We could leave it up to casting if you'd like.
Who? Yeah, we can leave that part up to casting because, man, I'm bad with names.
I mean, I'm just excited to see Mr. Bean and Michael B. Jordan in the same movie.
That would be dope. That would actually be dope.
It's something I never knew I always wanted.
You know what? We'll have Brad Pitt. We'll have Brad Pitt play my boy Abraham.
There you go. This is sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least. And
if it's about my life, it's gonna be a blockbuster.
Hell yeah. and you could pre-order the tickets now.
Exactly.
Now on to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Never.
Never?
Never. I don't want it.
So, well, we are anti-pineapple on pizza. Oh, hello? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, that's me. Hello?
Oh?
Yeah.
What happened? We're good?
Yeah, I don't know. Either I dropped out or you dropped out. I don't have no idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's me. My service is so bad.
I could not tell you.
But pineapple on pizza, I'm not a big fan.
I was gonna say, so you're anti-pineapple on pizza.
Yes, very anti.
Alright. What's your spirit Pokemon?
On Pokemon?
Yes, your spirit Pokemon. The one you identified the most as.
Damn.
Oh,
I don't even know. I would say Charizard?
Charizard? Okay.
Yes.
Now, we love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
No.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for Jill. 'Cause a dog can't spell. We love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
I love that.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview. Hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
Honestly, if the pay is good, I'm down.
Hell yeah. Well, just for context, there is a wrestler, you might actually know him, called Psycho Mike, that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Preston
I
match.
seen that. I see that. You know, man, there's no one better than him.
Oh yeah.
To do what he does, there's no one better. Like, he made fighting a Rock super entertaining.
Yeah. I just remember seeing the graphic and I was like, oh, that's funny that he's gonna pretend wrestle a Rock, but we're not actually going to see a match. And then, lo and behold, a couple minutes later, he was actually wrestling a Rock.
He's a funny guy.
Hopefully one day he'll be able to wrestle actual human beings. Because
Yeah.
I've only ever seen him wrestle inanimate objects at this point.
That is hilarious.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's great. That's great. That's a great question. Honestly, under TV screens.
For any specific company?
No. On any company, whether it's Impact, TNT, whether it's TNA, whether it's AEW, whether it's WWE.
Okay. What is a match of yours that you would recommend people go out of their way to see that best shows off what you are all about as a pro wrestler?
I would say Karou versus John Gonzalez. Salsa King.
Can we find that match on YouTube?
Yes, you can find it at Karou Wrestling on YouTube.
Perfect. Then I will grab that match and put it the link to it in the description of the video below. But on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen it, wants to see it, wants to re-see it after this interview.
Perfect.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Stone Cold.
Worst wrestler.
Oh, fucking, who's that no chin guy? Who's the no chin guy? James Ellsworth.
I will accept that answer. Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
I wish it was The Undertaker, but it probably won't be. I'll face Roman Reigns.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Ooh, this is a good one. Fuck, this is a really, 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 really good one. I would probably come out to. I don't know why I have D'Lo Brown in my head, but I would never come out to D'Lo Brown. I come out to the Rock's entrance.
The Hollywood theme.
No, the first one.
Oh, so the original, If You Smell.
Yeah, the Rock says.
Okay. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Kayfabe is finished.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast.
What is kayfabe?
It's just an inside joke.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Sorry?
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Ooh, I like butternut squash.
But is it a fruit or vegetable?
Oh, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
I think honestly it should be a vegetable.
It is indeed a fruit.
Damn.
It has seeds, tomato logic.
No way, I didn't even know that.
Yes. Oh.
Jeez.
New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Cover the butt.
So full coverage.
Full coverage.
Okay. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
Never.
And that is the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely. And once again, where can we find you on social media and your merchandise?
At Karou Wrestling for everything, literally. At Karou Wrestling.
And you don't even have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below. But on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow. And when he gets merchandise, buy a damn shirt.
Yes.
Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling with, you say entertainment, okay?
Yes, sir.
For our special guest, Karou, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.